with another episode. And today it's going to be about sounds. We're going to add sounds to our entity. Specifically, for me, I'm going to add sounds to my Cyclops. So, what do we need to do to prepare for this? Well, I have my iced tea, so we're going to start there. Nice healthy drink of that. You're going to need sound files. That's really what you need to do. You need to have a microphone of some kind. If you want to go out and get clips of, like, I don't know, what do the kids listen to these days? I don't know, Skrillex? Whatever the fuck that is. Techno? It's techno, right? It's like techno, but it's more awful. You need to go out and find your own sound files. The majority of the sound files that you might find are going to be WAV files, or they're going to be MP3 files. And you need to convert those into an OGG format. And I actually found a really cool website that makes it easy to convert those. And I'm going to show you what that is right after this commercial break. We're going to pull up our Googles. And you want to know how simple it is? We typed convert to OGG. Like so. And I went to this top one right here. So what I ended up doing was I had these WAV files like so, right? And what I ended up doing was I just click in here, right? You choose file, and we're going to go to music, and we're going to say Cyclops Death. It uploads it. Hit convert file, do bing bang boom, and it automatically downloads that file for me. Pretty sweet. Pretty sweet. So, what I need to do now is actually convert the rest of this. So I'm just going to do that real fast while I'm talking here. And convert another OGG file. And we'll do the hurt file, and then we have two save files as well. So you might notice that, like, when you have the zombie, you'll hear the and then you'll hear a right. It's actually kind of like two different files, right? So you can have multiple files doing the same thing, right? That are really kind of creating the same effect, and I'll kind of show you what those are like. So we just did our say 1, let's do our say 2. Alright, now we have all of those. Let's come over here and actually grab them. You'll notice that I had some ones in there that said Grace. I had a little trouble finding sound files, so what I did was I had my daughter do some recording for me, and I have to say that it is pretty badass. So here are my 4 files that I'm going to do. So let's get in and do this. First thing that I want to do, though, is let's go take a look at the zombie class. Because it took me a while to figure this out, and honestly, once I figured it out, I was kind of like, oh, dang, this is super simple, right? Which is cool. And that's really how I do most of my coding, is I just go and I just poke around in vanilla code and just figure it out that way. So in our zombie class, in Minecraft zombie class, it's not ours, we have get living sound, get hurt sound, get death sound, and this function 145780_a. This is actually get step sound, but it's this is how do you say Serge and Lex Manos. Those are the guys who do MCP. They do Forge. Haven't converted this over yet for us, so it still shows up as a function. But this is get step sound. We're going to copy all of these, right? We're going to take these four, and I am going to put them up here into my entity class. So we're going to open up entity Cyclops. We're going to find a little space. We're going to drop those in. Now I have say, hurt, and death sounds already that Grace was kind enough, my daughter was kind enough to record for me. But I'm going to leave the zombie step sound because that's just the right. It's pretty. Sorry for the ear rape there if you're on headphones. That will do for my how do you say my Cyclops, right? It'll be just fine. However, I want to change these up because I don't want my Cyclops to sound like a zombie, and that's where we get to the little bit of coding that we're going to do. So right-click on your source folder, do new, untitled text file. We're going to start out with an open brace, and then we are going to list the different methods, what we're going to return. So we're going to start out with Cyclops say. Cyclops say, let's say this is actually right here, and what we want this to be is our mod ID. So you can do this if you want, right? Oh, this if you want, or you can do this. If you can spell properly. You can make it look like that. Now, why would we do this? Because this is more typing. So ask the question, well, why, Neil, would we do this way rather than just typing out our mod ID? If you ever want to go and just change your mod ID, right? If you just want that to be different, really all you have to do is just go to your main class and change your mod ID, and it automatically follows through on everything else. Kind of like going back to our GUI IDs when we created the oven or the custom furnace. You control it from there, and it kind of trickles down through all of your classes. So I'm going to do it this way, right? We're going to do the same thing here. We're actually just going to say that this is Cyclops hurt, and this doesn't actually relate to how I save the files, right? You may have noticed that I'm naming these exactly the same as how I saved the files. It has nothing to do with that right now. It's a Neelacraft. And y'all know that I'm terrible at typing, so let's just make it like this. Cyclops. Death. Right, like so. So what we're doing is saying, hey, let's go out and get the Neelcraft version of Cyclops Say, Cyclops Hurt, Cyclops Death. So Cyclops Say is actually this right here. And we'll put in a colon and a space, another curly brace, and we're going to put in the category of what this is. Now, categories are kind of tough to explain. So if you actually get in, and you know what, let's do this. Let's do this. This will actually make a bit more sense. We can come down here, and I believe it's assets. Nope. It's going to be Eclipse, assets, and this sounds.json file. Let's open this up. Now, this looks a little bit different than how I'm typing it out up here, but I assure you it's the same thing. So the category of all of these sound files right here fall under just the ambient music that you hear in the background, right? Weather, there's 4 different types of rain. There's 3 different types of thunder, that falls under weather as well. There's player, this category, fall big, fall small, fall big, fall small, player, player, neutral, neutral. So this is probably cows and pigs and sheep and stuff falling. Hostile, more player, you being hit, right? So does that kind of make sense on how the category? You can't answer me, but so our category really is just I'm just going to put general right here because that's what my category is. We actually need a colon right here, so make sure that you have that. The next thing that we're going to do is we're going to do a comma and a space, and we're just going to write sounds. Right? So if we kind of go back and reference category, neutral, and these are the sounds that it's outputting. So make sure that you're writing sounds here. Right? We're going to do another colon, and this time we're going to do a bracket. That guy right there. So kind of where your curly brace is, you're just not hitting shift this time. And this is where you're actually going to put in the file names. Now if you recall, I had two say file names. There we go, say 1 and say 2. What we're going to do is we're actually going to have both of these in there. So we're going to type Cyclops say 1, close the quote, comma space, quote, Cyclops say 2. Close that up, right like so, and we are going to close everything up. So you'll see that we have an open bracket. I don't think that's a bracket. I think this is a bracket. So whatever that is, it's a bracket. Fuck it. We're going to close up the curly brace, which corresponds to this one right here. And then we're going to have a comma. Now, we've taken care of our Cyclops say. So really, think of this as what's being called in the method, right? So when we say Cyclops say, this guy right here, it's jumping over to this file right here. Okay, so what do I have for Cyclops say? I have this file and this file that I can play. Does that make sense? Again, just nod and agree with me. I don't see you nod. Make sure you nod. That's important. So the next thing we're going to do, and I'm going to kind of cruise a little bit faster with this one, is Cyclops hurt. That's going to fall under the category of general again, because I'm not going in. If you go into great detail, like you're building such a huge mod that you're incorporating all these sounds, you might want to categorize those out because you can actually control volume levels on the categories. I'm not exactly sure how you do that. If I can figure it out, I'll come back and I'll do like an advanced sound video, but I know that that's possible. Sounds bracket, and I only have one of these, and this is just going to be Cyclops hurt, right like so. So we're going to close that up, that guy, comma. Now we're going to do the last one. And that is Cyclops dash death. And we are going to have a open brace and a category like so. My category is of course general. And that falls under sounds. This guy, and this is of course Cyclops death. So again, kind of reiterating here. This is what's being called out in the method. This is the file that's being played. And I need to make sure that I actually have my quotes here. I'm going to kind of leave this open for a sec, because remember, this right here is what's being called right here. It's my mod ID, right? So again, this could be, and I'll just, I'll just do this. We're saying Neocraft, Cyclops say, just like so. Save that up. Doing the same thing here. I didn't put a comma right here because I don't have any other ones coming after this, and then I close it up with a curly brace. We're going to do File, Save As. We're going to navigate to Minecraft. We're going to go down to Source, Neocraft, Assets, Neocraft. So we're going to click that right there, and we're going to come up here, and we're actually going to do a slash, and we're going to write sounds, just like so. And the name of this file is going to be exactly like this one, sounds.json, just like so. We'll hit OK, and you'll see that we actually have this guy right here. Well, this isn't actually where we want this. This is where we want to put these guys. So we're going to do this. We're going to copy. We're going to paste them into there. So we've got those. And where we actually want to move this guy to is there an easy way to do this without going into Windows Explorer? Build path. There probably is, and you guys are shouting it at the screen right now. Windows Explorer it is. Desktop, modding, Neocraft, source, Neocraft, assets. We're going to cut. We're going to go right here, and we're going to paste it right there. And what you're going to see over here is I now just have an assets.neocraft, sounds.json. Sweet. So we've put our sound files into our entity. We've got that saved up. We have our files in our sounds folder. We've created our sounds.json file. This is obviously not ours. This is ours, right? And if you want to model it like the other one, by all means, you're more than welcome to do it. It's just kind of easier for my brain to track this, right? Yep. So Cyclops say, hurt, death. If you want multiple ones in there, and they're just called out randomly, you can just separate those with a colon and a space. So let's roll. Now hopefully this isn't too loud. Yes, I had some errors. There's it didn't like that. Why did it not like that? Let's jump in and see if the sounds are there. Where's my Cyclops at? Let's plunk one down. Nope, no sounds. Let's find out what's going on here. Invalid category. So I guess we can't put general. It won't let us. Well, shame on me. I thought I was being all creative. So let's change these each to master. Guess I'm learning along with you guys. Never hurts to learn. And I say that because it gives me more credibility. Oh wait, let's check. Oh, no errors. That's good. Alright, you guys ready for this? I have sound cranked up a little bit more. A little bit higher than usual, because I want you guys to hear the stuff that my daughter did. It's fucking hilarious. Alright. I promise you she is not saying just fucking around. She's actually saying just walking around, but she said it so fast It sounds like fucking. My wife heard that and she about went ape shit. Like, she's like, what did you have our daughter say? Yeah, no. So it's not playing our hurt sound. It's only doing the says. Let's see if it does the death. It does not. So once again, I learn a little bit more. It looks like you can't do the mod ID after all. Go away. Go back to our this category right here. And let's get rid of this and do it manually. Like so. Make sure they're like that. Now we should have a hurt and a death sound. And we get to hear my daughter say some crazy shit. Alright, let's hurt. Hurt? And then the death sound. I hope you guys love that as much as I do. My daughter's a Minecraft junkie. Yeah, I'm pretty blessed to have such an awesome daughter. So there you have it. I really need to finish this damn house. I really do. So there you have it. Sounds. We've added sounds to our entity. You can kind of use that same platform to add sounds in general to the game. What I'm going to be working on next is that advanced sounds tutorial, because we need to get into events. I think that it's high time that we start getting into the event stuff, so we're going to do some events and stuff like that, and then that way, you know, when you have certain events happen, like the weather, it knows to play that, you know, the rainfall sound and so on and so forth. So anyways, guys, that's the episode for tonight. I'm going to go hit the sack because I am a tired dude. It's 11:30. Stayed up watching Game of Thrones. Have to watch that one when the kids are in bed. But anyways, so like, comment, subscribe. As always, let me know if you need any help. I'm always here for you guys and gals. If there are gals out there, I hope there are gals out there. And yeah, have a wonderful night. I'm out.